An attractive salesperson flirted with my wife. Then she made a joke about wanting him as her second husband. Just today the wife and I were shopping with our daughter for furniture. We're 27 and our daughter is 5. Anyway, we're talking to the salesperson and he's obviously flirting with my wife a bit. Whatever, it's not too bad and I don't want to make a scene. I admit I felt a bit insecure because he was conventionally attractive. Tall, pretty jacked, and masculine looking. And charming. Hate to admit all this. Wife is obviously enjoying the attention from such an attractive guy but is being respectful to me and our relationship. He's being nice to my daughter and joking around with her. Daughter seems to find him really funny. We finish up all our business and leave. On the way to our car my daughter says I liked him. I wish he was my second daddy. I don't care about this, kids say stupid crap and don't know what they are saying half the time. But my wife says I wish he was your second daddy as well. How about Han? And winks at me with a smile. Daughter is already past this and is telling us about how she wants ice cream but I'm red with embarrassment. I tell my wife sorry, Han. Your bottom is too big for a guy as good looking as him. Now it's my wife's turn to be upset. She's like yeah well he didn't seem to think so when he was flirting with me in there. Why don't we go back and ask him if he thinks my bottom is too big? We had been ignoring our daughter's comments about ice cream so she started to get louder and complain. We drop our heated conversations for now. Eventually get back home and put our daughter to sleep. We resume our argument in our room. Wife thinks I was being a huge jerk. Says she was just joking at first but that I took it too far by getting personal with her. We go back and forth, pointing fingers at each other. I try to start kissing her and try to start initiating makeup, says to get over with this. Wife isn't having none of it. Pushes me away and is like oh you're trying to get up on top of me now? I thought my bottom was too big for any guy? I throw my hands in the air and say, fine be that ducking way. I go to my desk and that's where I'm still at now, complaining to you guys and trying to see who's the AH here. My wife is probably on some women's forum or something complaining about how stupid her husband is. Who's the AH here? If I'm not, what should I say to my wife? And if I am, what should I say to her? TLDR got into it with my wife because she made a joke about wanting a second husband. I tell my wife sorry, Han. Your bottom is too big for a guy as good looking as him. You couldn't have just told her you were uncomfortable with the joke instead of making a rude comment about her bottom size? Sales guy flirts with wife. Wife flirts back. Wife decides to twist the knife. OP overreacts and instantly becomes just as much of an AH. Did OP duck up? Absolutely. His comment was an overreaction. But don't pretend for a moment his wife wasn't being an AH the entire time too. I don't see that she was flirting back. OP says she was being respectful to him in the relationship. That doesn't sound to me like she was flirting with the guy. I bet OP wouldn't have thought a damn thing about the interaction if he didn't think the sales guy was tall, pretty jacked, and masculine looking. Maybe his wife acted inappropriately, maybe not, but he's obviously got his own insecurities here too and it led him to lash out at his wife by insulting her appearance instead of communicating like a grown up. I never said he doesn't have his own insecurities. But being flirted with is something the person in question should shut down. I'd never flirt with someone in front of my girlfriend, or even when she isn't around. Nor would I entertain them hitting on me. Then later twisting the knife is just being cruel. Sure, he overreacted and became belligerent, but this is in my opinion very much an ESH situation. Just not equally ESH. Frankly, I'm wondering if she even was flirting given how much time he spent describing this dude's looks instead of explaining how she was flirting. I dunno, I think you both are kinda AH here. She made a stupid tasteless joke and you responded in an equally stupid way. I've been reading through the comments hoping to find someone made this point. You owe each other an apology. They should also apologize to their daughter for putting on quite an embarrassing show for their kid. Hope the kid doesn't grow up with that sad memory of her parents bickering like children. Overreaction from the husband? Yes. But why would the wife even say something like that? Would it be the same if the guy wasn't handsome / etc. and instead weasel looking ugly POS and she said the same thing? Yes. You're absolutely right. They do owe their daughter an apology for their behavior. You are the AH here, 100%. Your wife made a joke, you reacted by being rude and hurtful. You need to apologize. A joke isn't funny if the other person doesn't laugh/find it funny. Let's imagine this story is real, it kinda doesn't feel real to be honest. All these people are ignoring that the wife was flirting with the guy in front of her husband. Which is an AH move. Then later twisted the knife. At which point OP overreacted. I just don't see how this wouldn't be an ESH here. Wife is flirting with a guy in front of her husband and their child. I agree ESH, including OP, wife and salesman. Agreed it's a fable. Who is going to buy anything from a guy flirting with your wife, right in front of you? OP said, wife is obviously enjoying the attention from such an attractive guy but is being respectful to me and our relationship. So it sounded like she was not flirting or being inappropriate, just enjoying the attention, which wasn't a threat as her husband was right there. The sales guy was likely flirting to make the sale, not a great strategy but it works sometimes. This wasn't a case of being unfaithful. Wife didn't do anything wrong. If the husband was bothered by the flirting, he could have said something to the guy, not put the blame on his wife. That was not a funny joke at all. I would be so offended if my wife said something like that to me. I don't think he needs to apologize. Was he rude? Yes. But I think what she was saying is more hurtful. Introducing Newscaster Vocalizer is a new first-of-its-kind, groundbreaking app, which allows you to generate full-featured voiceovers from any text using direct access to Amazon-powered Newscaster Vocalizer without spending thousands of dollars. Just select a language and voice, paste your text, click a button, and it's done. My GF always makes snide little jokes that I'm probably interested in other girls. My GF of 3 years off and on makes these snide little comments that I'm probably interested in other girls. Every time she's asked this, my mood changes and drops. I tell her no and why does she ask this stuff? Her replies are always I'm joking. To me I feel if it's something she constantly brings up, then it's not a joke, it's a hint, which is a tactic she uses on me frequently enough. Is there something up here? Is this offensive? Because it makes me feel like crap. Is this an issue with me or an issue with her? How should I handle this? Her and I have been long distance for 6 months due to the pandemic. I can only speak biasly but at face value, I feel I have done as much as I can to make her feel loved. I don't know what else I can do, I feel I've given her a lot emotionally. She's insecure as duck, that's why. You need to have a direct conversation about how this behavior is wearing down the relationship, ask her to explain what her concerns are that are causing it. And maybe make some extra efforts to let her know how special she is to you, while it's totally not your job to help her get past her insecurities. As her partner, if you love her, some reassurances are a small bit of efforting to make sure she knows she is valued. Ask her what she needs to feel reassured. You are on again/off again in your relationship, so she may have good reason to be insecure in your relationship. It's likely just insecurity on her part, but why do her assertions make you feel bad if it is based on nothing? I try to do a lot to make her feel loved but it feels like it's never enough. She has the personality type where everything has to be perfect, so a lot of what I do turns out to be not good enough, not everything but a lot. I'm not sure if it's rational thought, but her passive-aggressively accusing me of this, even if it's her insecurity, makes me feel for like a screw-up. To add to the insult, when I tell her it's not funny, she persists and questions the same why are you so serious, so you have something to hide. That is not cool. Let her know she is questioning your character at this point. As for your first paragraph, have you talked with her about this? It could be you both need to talk about your love languages so you can express your love for her in a way that she can accept. You deserve the same. It's terrible to do things for your loved one and have it feel like it doesn't matter. Next time asked if she is secretly wanting to have a three-way? Because you've just been casing out the talent. Smile. LOL. Thanks for the laugh, smiley face. Update, thanks for all the replies, I am reading them all and trying to make the best informed decision. I believe she is insecure as many as you say, so I decided I'd address the issue with her and then try to reassure her more. Thank you again everyone. Worldwide comments of the day. He is coping. Worse, he is trying to excuse her behavior by justifying the boss's inappropriate picture any way he can. It's both hard and sad to watch. A tale as old as time, an employee sleeping their way through the ranks of a corporation. Just kick the sleazy scumbag to the curb and get a partner who will respect you. There are so many red flags and this guy is ignoring them. He needs to escape while he still can. Or at least get some help. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe for more interesting and relatable Reddit videos.